Yo, welcome to Locker Code, where football is not just fantasy, but our reality, where you can express your excitement, your tensions, or even frustrations about the games, your team, your league, and performances of players. Let's go! Yo, welcome back. We still out of town, though.
We're still on vacation.
Yeah, we're still on vacation though, man. How y'all boys doing?
Good,
It's
man.
a different,
Good.
It's a different dynamic. A couple fans like the look. Still seeing us, so it still works than physically being there. So it's just a different dynamic.
Yeah. So it's pretty awesome, man. I mean, we were late to the game doing this. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's different. Everybody out of town, everybody in different states and all that, and we're still trying to, getting it done. Rocking.
Yep.
You know what I mean? How was the weekend?
Good. Weekend was good, man. I had a long drive back from Tennessee, bro.
I didn't think
to
you
Florida.
made it. Yo, I'm telling you, last show, me and PJ was like, you didn't make it, bro.
Ridiculous.
We didn't think you made it.
You had a good time, though?
We were already taking interviews.
It was a good time there. No lie. It was like really good time there. Once the drive was the worst part of it because I travel with kids. Yeah. So nobody, want to eat at the same time. Nobody want, go to the restroom at the same time on that long road trip. So it's that was the most frustrating part about it. I didn't hit much traffic other than when I got to Tennessee. It was like super dark, because we, rented a cabin and it was just like pitch black dark. Like seriously, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah. But other than that, man, it was fun, man. It was fun.
You don't have no stories you want to talk about? Stories that didn't know properly?
All I got to say, man, I went to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and I got to say, the downtown area, when I say it was shoulder to shoulder, bro, the sidewalk was so full that, man, you couldn't even get through the crowd. And I'm trying to understand why there were so many people. And it was shocking to see, a lot of those people weren't even wearing masks. And I was like, wow, okay, I guess we're not in a pandemic.
Oh, they comfortable.
That's a red state, isn't it?
Yeah.
That explains a lot.
It's a red state. It is a red state.
Man, it was just crazy, dude. To just see all these people, walking around, older, younger, just no mask, and it's like there was no pandemic, and I'm like,
yeah.
You could tell who tourists were, you know what I mean? Because all the tourists had masks on.
Yeah. Yeah. Who? By the way, who goes out there anyways? Who's the tourists that actually are going to Tennessee?
No, it was actually. Shockingly, man, it was once you get to the downtown area, it was actually a lot of diverse people there, and it was a lot of fun. They have a lot of things to do, man. All the lifts, all the stuff that you will see in any other state. Your golf, all that stuff. You can do, your zip lining, all that stuff. All that stuff is available.
You zip line?
Nah, I didn't zip line. The only thing that I did, I did the one of the lift, and it took us to we have to get. It's not a rope bridge, but one of those, the bridge that almost looked like a rope bridge. Mm-hmm. And dude, it's probably like a quarter mile long, and it's just shaking in the wind, it's just rocking back and forth in the wind.
So you walked through that joint?
And I walked on it.
Wildin'.
Everybody else said they're not going on it. And I was like, it was me and my son. And we decided, we're going to go. I'm my sister. We were like, we're going to go on it. We're going to brave it out. And we walked on it. And when we got to close to the middle, we realized, the entire floor is glass.
Mm-hmm.
And my son got a little scared there for a little bit. And I was like, hey, just don't look down. Just walk straight. Don't look down. And he was able to go across. And once he got across and he realized there's nothing to worry about, on his way back, we actually stopped and we all put our feet together and we took a picture on the glass. Yeah, so it was pretty dope.
I admired it more.
Yeah.
What about you, Pete?
Just binge watch Queen of the South. think that was like the highlight of my weekend. I was doing some like personal stuff too, and that was it.
Yeah, man. I had my son. Well, first of all, man, Thanksgiving with family came through. Had my brother-in-law down here, sister-in-law down here. So they surprised my son for his birthday.
Okay, that's good.
Son had a great time, man, for his birthday. Did a party for him. Then we tried to go to one of like off the wall type of situation, and like we were just having so much fun, like playing dominoes and Uno cards, and taking shots, drinking, having an enjoyable time with family, Caribbean style,
Yeah.
But it was cool, man. Brought him a couple kicks for his birthday, some fire up tempos, some Kyrie's. Got him his favorite player, Ja Morant jersey. He also got a I can't remember what those things are, hoverboard.
Oh, okay.
Uncle brought him a hoverboard, so he enjoyed himself, man. He had a great time, man. Crazy.
How old did he turn?
10.
Okay, big 10.
Yeah, man. Crazy thing though, man. Like, so when we went to go get the cake, right, from the vegan spot, right, and the
vegan cake.
Yeah, vegan cake, bro. Hey, hold on, PJ.
Don't knock it
PJ.
until you try, right? That's what you're saying.
I'm not saying
No,
nothing.
I'm just saying because Ren tried it. The whole family tried it, and they were loving it.
Yeah, it was actually pretty good, man. I had the cupcakes.
Yeah,
that was pretty good. Yeah.
So we end up going down there, B, and went to go get the cake. They're like, "Oh, sorry, we forgot to make the cake." Right? So they let us get like maybe 20 cupcakes, right? So we got 20 cupcakes for free. They returned the original cash that we paid for the cake, right? So I'm like, yo, this is going all down here about this point, right? So I get back to the crib, and wifey's trying to find like, different things from back in the day, photos and all that stuff. And she finds a card from her father, right? So her father passed away 3 years ago, right? And she finds a card that said "Happy Birthday" for my son when he was 4 years old, right? And it still had $5 in it, right?
Hey, that's
Crazy.
pretty cool.
So then we went to go get pizza. I went to go get pizza for the party or whatever, right? Got 6 boxes of pizza, pepperoni, sausages, and for the non-vegans, and then vegan pizza. And as soon as I got there, ordered the food, the whole system went down. So the lady gives me the 5 pizzas for free plus 2 extra pizzas, free pizzas if I want to go back. I'm like, yo, that is insane.
So wait, so you got the cupcakes for free.
Free
You got the pizzas for free.
pizza for free.
How is it going downhill? I'm trying to find out.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Right now,
I would've paid a lot.
I thought it was going, dude.
All the way
I'm
through,
like,
right?
I'm thinking it was going downhill, and I'm like, everything just went up. I'm like, this man got his grandson a birthday gift by paying for pizza, by paying for the cupcakes, and giving him a birthday gift of $5, bro. It's the only thing that makes sense to me, man. I was like,
That's
yo,
dope.
that's dope, yo. That is dope, man. But definitely enjoyed it, man. We had a great time with family. Not only did we do the birthday party, went to the gun range, went to the beach, was dope. Man, just we watched that what we gonna talk about, that fight.
Let's get into that.
Chopped and Hobbs, man. Yeah, man, let's get into
Yo, the look on PJ's face right now, PJ's like, yo, let's get right into that.
Yeah, that's you want to start that with news, or how do you want to start
All
news
right,
off?
let's jump into news. Let's jump into news and let's talk about that right there.
Yeah, let's go ahead and jump into news, man. we gonna start with Nate first. Yo, all right, PJ, it's on you, man. Tell us how you feel, man. Tell us how you feel.
So-
Get it off your chest, bro.
Funny enough, I never knew that Nate was fighting until the fight before Nate. So I was like, wow, Nate's fighting, and I started doing my research, and I'm like, that was actually the highlight of my weekend, actually.
That was the highlight of everybody's weekend, bro.
I'm laying on the couch watching the Nate fight, and he gets hit behind the head. I ain't think anything of it, right?
Yo,
I thought he would have
first of all,
slowed down and stopped running in head first.
Pause for that. Pause for a second there. Yo, Nate got hit like he got hit by a Caribbean mother. You know that, right?
Yeah. It was one of those. Like he was holding, like, you know.
Yeah, like, oh man.
I thought he would have slowed down and stopped running and head first, face first. You know.
You would think.
Yeah.
You would think that, right?
Nate got knocked out. I went on Instagram, and I think I watched it over 100 times. I couldn't stop laughing.
There were so many memes out there, bro.
And I feel bad because I really like Nate. I like him as a basketball player. I like it. I like his energy. I like everything that he do.
I don't like him as a boxer.
The way he went down on that knockdown beat,
Which
it
one?
was like
Which one?
it's a
Because there was a
movie
couple. There was
type.
3 hits. There was 3 knockdowns, bro. Which one? Which one?
It felt
The
like
final one. The final one.
Did
Bro.
you
final
see?
one. It
Did you
felt
see the
like-
final one when they put him on the NBA logo?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. That one.
Jeez.
It straight up reminded. Somebody posted this meme. Like, the dudes with the memes are fast.
Fast.
Like, they're fast.
They're
Like,
waiting, bro. They're
Yo,
waiting.
I don't know if you guys ever seen the Martin Lawrence.
Yeah,
When-
bro.
when-
When he was fighting.
When he was fighting.
Bro Jones Jr.
Yeah,
Knocked
yeah.
out. I swear that's the first thing that came to mind when I saw that thing. And I was like, oh my God, yo, they did him wrong.
Yo, so
Insane.
funny enough, right? Like, if you ever take like a jiu-jitsu class or like any of these specialty classes, right? There's a lot that you learn about fighting and technique, and it's a legit real sport. Like, you can't
It's
be
an
a
art.
backyard brawler. You understand what I'm saying? Or beat up people your entire life and think you're gonna step into the ring, whether it's boxing, UFC, and just start whooping dudes. It don't work
It
like
don't
that.
work
Like,
like
you're
that.
going to lose. Like, there's technique, there's an art, there's a craft. It's a sport. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Can't
there's a
expect
big
nobody
difference.
that's a boxer to come play basketball. Come play
Ex-
football.
But you could see that, like, Nate, if you look at the two, like Nate and was it Jake Paul? If you look at both of them, Nate is a better athlete. He's a stronger one. He's an athlete.
He's cut up everything.
He's
like
cut
that.
up
It's
in
not,
everything,
It's not,
but-
it's
And
not
that's what
about
he
that,
thought.
though.
It's not about that.
It's
It's
not.
about the craft and the art and the sport of boxing. One has definitely been training and looks more like a seasoned
boxer.
fighter,
Yeah.
a boxer than someone else that
It's
looked
a
like they
different-
just came
It's a
in to
different
do it.
fight. Nate went to do street. He wanted a street fight.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
Jake was like, "No, I'm gonna box you, bro. Like that's what's gonna happen." So when Nate kept on going in, Jake kept on blocking, and then when Jake kept going in, Nate just kept taking it.
Right, exactly.
What can Nate do to overcome
Nothing.
this? I know we were
Nothing.
talking about this last
Nothing.
night, Ren. What
It's-
like
Nothing.
you were saying something?
Listen,
yeah,
I think the only thing that Nate can do to overcome this is just take the L, fall on the sword, and admit that Jake whooped him, like whooped his ass. Like it was like, yo, man, and make fun of himself. Get his publicist should just basically, hey, get him on all the funny shows, Saturday Night Live, and all those shows. To just like make fun of himself, because that's the only way he can come back from this. Asking for another fight is just not gonna work.
It's not gonna work. Jake is not gonna do it either way.
Yeah, asking for another fight is just not gonna work. There's nothing. Why would Jake fight him again? Right? Jake fighting him again is a loss to Jake, because obviously, if Jake should fight him again, Nate is actually gonna train this time, right? And he's gonna come ready, and he's a better athlete. So it's Jake losing everything. So Jake has nothing to gain from fighting Nate again. He's on top of the world right now as far as the boxing athlete go.
Homie started calling out Conor McGregor after that.
And no, he called out
I mean-
LeBron James as well.
He called out LeBron
No,
James.
it wasn't him that called out LeBron James. It was
Oh, no, it wasn't him.
It was
It was
the
another
UFC guy.
Yeah.
The Trump supporter. He was calling out LeBron James. Was like, yeah, come and fight me. I'm like, dude, LeBron James is making way more money than you are. He's not gonna step into something that he's never been in before. So
Yeah, what's
He
the
just
point?
signed 2 years, 85.
85 million.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
40,
That's killer. We're gonna talk about it at
42,
halftime.
42 and a half.
yeah.
It's good money, bro.
But yeah, the only backyard fighter I've ever seen that was successful is Kimbo Slice.
Kimbo Slice, yeah.
That boy was a
But even
beast.
then, he transformed into that. But he was just a beast. He was
He
just
was just a-
huge. He was
yeah,
gonna
that
take
boy
it.
could take a punch.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
He
man.
can take one, but when he gives it back to you, bro.
Oh, bro. I've seen the old days of Kimbo Slice, man, and he used to just hammer dudes in the backyard.
But it's different.
Yo, you
But
remember the one where he
it's
dislocated
different.
dude's eye?
Yeah. But see, it's different with Kimbo, right? Kimbo was making that a career.
Right, exactly.
So he was.
Exactly.
It wasn't one fight, right? It wasn't 2 fights. It wasn't a total of 10 fights throughout, 35 years of his life, bro. Kimbo was fighting at least 10 times a week. Like, if
Nate
you
was
want to
just
be,
fighting
Nate
for-
was just fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to be real, you want to be real. Like, let's
Yeah.
be real. Kimbo was
Steph
probably
Curry-
like
Steph
100
Curry
and
was,
he's probably
Steph Curry's
102.
tweet was the funniest.
Oh yeah. Shock.
What did he say?
Man, so just before the fight, Nate was like, "Yo, I'm doing this for the NBA. I'm doing this for all my, and he was like, "Yo, we're gonna put us on the map or some crap." He
Yeah.
said. And then
I'm gonna shock the world. I'm
we're gonna shock the world or whatever. And after the fight, he got knocked out. He just went on and was like, Steph Curry just went on and was like, "Yeah, Nate."
You shocked the world, bro. Shocked the world. What you got? I like what you got to
I've
say.
never seen separation so quickly.
Yo,
Yeah,
what was
From all the NBA players. All the NBA players
What was-
just start separating themselves from
No,
the dude.
Swaggy P?
No, because a
Swaggy
lot
P
of the
was
NBA
like,
players actually box as a way to train
Train,
off
yeah.
season. So,
Swaggy-
like a lot of those dudes feel like, yo, I could have did a better job than Nate.
dude,
So
Swaggy
Yeah.
P was like, yo, this is not a representation of NBA players.
yeah, Swaggy P, yeah.
Love that, yo.
That-
And he's the last person to say something, but that's his opportunity. Nate became that person now. Swaggy P
Yeah.
is no longer that person, man.
All right, let's go into the news.
Let's get into
We're
news,
gonna talk about
man.
football.
Let's talk about football real quick, yo. Tavon Austin signed with the Packers. Finally, the Packers get a receiver. Not a great receiver, but a fast receiver. Does
Yeah,
it affect
because
them?
Lazard kind of suffered an injury. I mean, it hasn't been publicized as yet,
Yeah.
but I think he suffered another injury, and he just came back. So I think that's why they needed to find somebody to come in, because Scantling wasn't doing it. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
hopefully
Scantling
it worked
was
out. I
In
don't
and
know.
out, in and out. You know what I mean? One game he'll be great, be like, yo, you got to go get Scantling. And then the next game he comes in and he's like, nah, that was just one thing.
But the thing about the thing I worry about with Tavon Austin is like Aaron Rodgers is kind of a kind of wacky kind of dude when it comes to his wide receiver. He has to trust you, bro.
Yeah.
He just doesn't, because you're on the field, he's gonna pass you.
That's true too, but Tavon Austin still got speed, man. He still can be a great kick returner, is what Green Bay also needs. You know what I'm saying? So prove his point on the kick returns, and he'll get his time.
I think he'll get a bomb or two, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah, he can get a couple of those.
yeah. He
So,
better catch him, because if he don't catch him,
he's done.
he's done.
Aaron Rodgers will never look back in your
He won't look
direction,
in
bro.
your direction again. So, y'all favorite player, man, Fuller.
My favorite player, Will Fuller. I'm telling you. But
Yo,
I think
he's-
Paul has a lot to say about it. But go ahead.
I get that.
Yeah, it's not even, it's ridiculous. So personally, I'm so upset about this situation that I think that you should just take away all of Will Fuller's points from going back to week 1. Because he fooled us all.
Yeah. I mean, we all knew he was going to get injured.
Dude,
So-
I felt bad, bro. I in the preseason, you know me. I'm one that hated Will Fuller. I told you about what he did to me last year on my squad. Just cannot stay healthy, and I purposely didn't draft him in any of my leagues. And I was like, man, this dude is tearing the league up.
Tearing up, yeah.
Hey, I felt terrible.
Felt wrong,
and then,
right?
And then I realized, dude, you weren't wrong.
Yeah, he came up with that Yaya story.
Yeah.
That Yaya
So let
story
me ask you a
about
question. Do you think it's more the performance enhancement that he was taking, or was it the fact that it was a contract year?
It's
that.
both.
Hold on. Are you saying why he took it, or
No. What do you think had a greater impact on him playing this way? That way he was playing.
I mean, he wanted to play this way for the contract, but he knew that the only way he can play great is by taking a PED.
Yeah. And then I think he was probably influenced by the fact that, hey, he's going to become the man, right?
Yeah.
He's now the man on the team, and that's pressure. And because Hopkins got signed. So it could be a lot of things that went into his decision to go ahead and take this. I don't support it. Come on the field, do what you do. If you're injured, you're injured. There's a lot of players that's injured, hence Galladay. But yeah, dude didn't practice again.
And don't get me wrong, too.
He's droppable to me.
The NFL, the NFL are giving him mad drugs. Don't get it twisted. But he knows, man. At the end of the day, don't come up with a story that somebody gave you something and you
a doctor gave you. Yeah, it's always the same story.
Yo, come on, bro.
From Ben Johnson to all of this, Gatlin, all of them. I know what I was taking. Blah, blah,
it is
blah.
what it
is.
It's
the same story. Come with something original.
You knew you could have got hurt
Just
and you took
admit it. It's only 6 games. I took it.
Yeah.
I took it because it was a contract year and I'm trying to maximize my earnings.
Yeah.
Is it?
I wanted to be a baller. I wanted Texas to forget all about Hopkins.
Yep.
Now they remember.
Hey, Brandon Cooks is about to be fired, though. That's the thing. Brandon Cooks.
We're going to talk about that with the
just
coach.
needed him to be fired a little bit earlier in the season. Thanks.
I know.
Fuller.
I'm glad he's going to become fire after replay.
Thanks, Fuller.
But and Kiki Cutie could be, fantasy relevant moving forward.
It's a major loss though to the Fuller owners because more than likely he was like a wide receiver. He was definitely your number one receiver on your team, and arguably probably your best producer, your top 3 producer. So a lot of people have him going to the playoffs, and this is a huge hit to their team.
Yeah, huge hit. Man, I'm going to quickly go through the rest of the news, man. Lions coach fired. Gase still has a job. That's
Lions coach fired, deserving. Gase still having a job, puzzling. Those are the only words I could come up with, man. Like Gase, I don't know. I think the reason why they don't want to fire Gase is because all the people that's working for Gase brought him in. So getting rid of Gase is and having one of his predecessors to take over the team is that's bad.
Might as well pay him to lose these games, right? I'm not going to pay him to stay home, right?
But he's already he already got his money. He's going to get his contract regardless.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
He's going to be gone after the season.
I want you to still be there. I think he's going to be gone after the season, but I'm just surprised that they continued. But at the same time, hey, don't mess up the recipe, right?
He better do something to. He needs to win at least one game.
No, he's not. I want to know next season. That's who my free agency is going to be about. That's my free agency, Gase. Who is going to actually pick him up? For what position?
I think he's done. I think he's done out of the NFL.
I would hope, but I think somebody's going to pick him up, bro.
Yeah, he has people. Because if after the Dolphins fired him for doing such a terrible job,
yeah, man,
how can you even think about giving him another head coaching job right after?
They're terrible. Two
in the same division.
In the same division.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense to me. So
you end up last when you was with the Dolphins, and you end up last again with the Jets.
Yeah.
So let's get into first quarter, bro. Let's go week 5 games recap, man. First one I was looking at was Washington versus Dallas Cowboys with Antonio Gibson's 3 touchdowns, man.
Oof.
But I mean,
all I gotta say, Washington put a beating on them boys.
Yep.
It was sad. It was sad, bro. Like it was sad. I don't. Gibson went off on him. Gibson over there scoring touchdowns while he's running, counting how many touchdowns he had.
So let me ask you a question. Say, for instance, the Cowboys don't win any more games for the season, or 1 or 2 more games for the season, right? So they're going to have a high draft pick. Do you think the Cowboys should go quarterback?
Yes.
Let's say how high. What are you talking about high? Like, is there a potential chance
they're going to be top 5?
They get Jason Fields or whatchamacallit. If they could swing away to pick up what's his guy from Clemson? The kid from Clemson?
I think that's Jets all the way.
But I think that's Jets all the way. Yeah. But as of right now, I haven't seen any top
Jets all the way, man.
Yeah, I haven't seen any top quarterback other than Fields from Ohio State. I haven't been an Ohio State quarterback fan for a while because they don't really produce quarterbacks out there. So personally, no, I think you go ahead and re-up Dak Prescott. If Trevor Lawrence is a kid, if Trevor Lawrence is available for them and somehow they can make a trade to them, which it is an option, knowing Dallas Cowboys, they're going to go after Trevor Lawrence and let Dak Prescott go because they're going to save mad money. And if they
But
do that,
how?
This is how I feel about the Dallas situation. Dallas needs to restructure their defense. So if you're going to re-up with Dak Prescott, you have CeeDee Lamb, you have Amari Cooper, you have Zeke. I still think there's a problem because outside of CD, that core has been together and it hasn't really got you anywhere. So I'm in the opinion of, from that standpoint, blowing it up. But still, it could win you games. However, you have to build that defense in order to do so.
I say light blow up, right? I say sign Dak. I say trade Cooper. I say trade down your number 5 picks and get multiple picks during that draft and work on your defense. And I think that will correct everything. Because your defense is the issue. It's not the quarterback. I don't think they should
go after a quarterback. The reason why I say I don't think they should go after a quarterback, how much better is Trevor Lawrence going to be? I understand the saving the money part, but how many buses have you seen in the NFL? Don't matter what. They light it up in college, and I know everybody's like, oh, my God, it's God-gifted quarterback. But he can come to the NFL and bust, and you just pass up a proven, sure guy that could be a franchise quarterback for a long time.
I'll answer your question.
Just to take a chance of somebody that you're going to save some money on.
I'll answer your question there. Jerry, why pick up CeeDee Lamb when you just dropped mad money on Cooper and you have Gallup and you have another receiver? When you had that opportunity actually to pick up a defensive player in at that time at pick 15 or 16, whatever that pick was, right? No, it was all about show. It's all about marketing. It's all about he thinks he's
experienced that negative marketing
GM
right now.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be even more negative to know that you held out. You did not pay Dak. Dak got injured. Dak was playing hard for you still, and you just dumped him for the new toy. And I just think that's terrible.
I think
this is a business anyways.
He's going to lose Dak. I truly believe he's going to lose Dak because Dak got hurt, and he's not going to feel like Dak is worth the $40 million.
Yeah, I think so too.
And granted, he's going to have to release Dak because if he franchise him, he has to pay the $40 million.
Right.
And somebody else will pay Dak.
I think Chicago should pay him.
Yeah, I do too. That would put Chicago right back on the map again.
Because you have Allen Robinson there, so.
Well, they still got to sign Allen Robinson. They still got to sign Allen Robinson.
Well, sign Allen Robinson and get that.
Yeah.
But what my thing is, if I'm Allen Robinson, why stay?
Dak.
That's why I wouldn't stay. I'll find somewhere else. Go. I don't know. This is just me taking it personal. Like, yo, I told you I wanted a contract. I'm the hardest player. I'm the number 1 producer on the team, and y'all yet to give me a contract.
Yeah, but at this point, they know they're going to give you more than any other team right now.
Chicago doesn't pay, bro.
Yeah,
Look, they don't even have a running back, bro. When Montgomery went down the other day, they were using wide receivers as running back.
Yeah,
they don't pay. Why would I want to go to that team that has no interest of building?
That's true. I
think
they need a coach
like
too.
That. Like you look at what the team does, and you can realize, like, yo, this team doesn't build around their players.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They're trying to find cheap way out, and that's not a team I would want to go to. If I'm Allen Robinson, I'm looking for a team that, 1, has a decent quarterback, and 2, willing to pay.
Who would that be though?
Oh, Green Bay.
Like, if that boy goes to Green Bay with those two, dude, that would.
And on top of that, it's 2 ways to get on their nerves. He gets paid, and he gets to play in the same division.
And he goes to the conference, in a division.
That would be pretty.
Yeah, I like
that. Do you
that.
imagine Allen Robinson and Devontae Adams on the same team?
Yeah, that'd be insane.
With A-Rod
as a running back, you already have a decent enough defense, and you have a crazy line. Oh my God,
you have a run game.
Yeah,
and like that's all they need is like a wide receiver like that. So I think that would be a good
pickup. Next news, we already talked about Wolves' situation here, but Tampa versus KC, man. Just give me a word for Tyreek Hill. Just
legal.
He
takes legal PD.
I'm not swearing for anybody.
So you're saying Fuller needs to produce some of those genes?
I'm not swearing for anybody. I'm gonna say the boy was just fast and he's always good, and they have a good dynamic between him and Mahomes.
But he does this every year. Every year he has a game or two where he's just
smash. It's like the number 1 game out of every wide receiver. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and trust me, next week he can come up and give you 10 points.
Yeah.
10 points.
No, don't get me wrong. Yeah, those happen. I mean, it's gonna happen because of KC's offense, right? We're looking at with Hill, we know the multiple receivers that are there. Obviously, their running back situation, and of course their tight end Kelsey. You know what I mean? So you're gonna get that, but man, that boy is fast.
Really?
I was looking at his stats here. He's had some big games with a lot of targets. This past week he got 15 targets.
Yeah.
4 weeks ago he got 18 targets. But there's games that most of the games he hovers around the high teens, low 20s. But he has that big play capability.
Yeah, you let him break out, it's done.
Exactly. Something that Devontae and Michael Thomas and Hopkins, they don't have.
They don't have. It's multiple
They're overall
passes.
better receivers, but they don't have that big play.
That breakout, that exclusive.
That breakout, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and knock out what we got. Well, we did Tampa's. I'm in the Hero Zero here. We got Ren. The record right now, Ren. You're 6-6. PU 5-7. C 5-7. Right. We're fighting for points right now.
Fighting for points right now. Everybody is still on the fringe of getting into this playoff. For me, man, my heroes and zeros for the week. Hero is Derrick Henry, for sure, giving me 50 points. He's the one that brought my team to victory this week, so I have to give him props. My zero this week is my wide receivers, both Tyler Boyd and I don't even know. I don't even care. Really and truly though, Tyler Boyd. And it's a product of the quarterback. You know what I mean? So I don't really blame Tyler Boyd for putting up no points really, but that's my heroes and zeros, man. Shout out to Derrick Henry, man. You've been carrying my team. For a while.
I hate Derrick Henry, bro.
Wow.
I hate Derrick Henry right now. Against me, that was horrible. Who's your hero and zero, bro?
Hero and zero, Evan Ingram, 9 targets, 6 receptions, 129 yards. 2 of those were 40-yard receptions. He had a good game, massive game. I really wanted to give a zero to Christian Kirk, but I'm going to give it to DJ Moore simply because of this. A lot of fantasy owners, we know that there is tons of games going on and you can't watch all of them, But DJ Moore, he finished with 10 fantasy points, but I watched that entire game. He was inches away. He had so much opportunities for big plays. A lot of them were either missed throw or underthrown or overthrown by Teddy Bridgewater. The connection wasn't really there, but there's a difference sometimes when you watch. You look at the thing and you see that he only gave you 10 points. You may have not watched the game. But that 10 points, if he had connected twice out of 6 times, because he got the targets,
right,
could have been a difference between those 10 points and 40 points. So I just gave him the zero to mention that because that goes for especially a lot of receivers, out there. So especially the ones that have those big play capabilities.
Yeah. Did he get injured in that play, bro? Because I know
he did get injured and that's one of those plays in the end zone that Teddy threw behind him.
Yeah.
And he had to stretch
that
back.
ankle.
There was a monster one that was a bomb that he beat all the defenders, but Teddy he kind of overthrew him. So I don't know the status of the injury right now, but it looked pretty significant. It looked like a hammy injury.
Gotcha. All right, so my hero obviously was Tom Brady, 35 fantasy points. I know that boy had you scared, Ren. But then Zeke gave me 4.5 fantasy points, and I know you were happy, Ren.
Oh, bro. After Thursday's game, I was like, all right, I feel a lot better going into the week. Seeing what Zeke did.
Thanksgiving, bro. Thanksgiving.
In true cowboy fashion, I got to give this.
In true cowboy fashion. No, 100% in true cowboy fashion this year.
Zeke can show up all he wants for the rest of the season.
You know what? I'm
already past that.
I don't know when I got Jefferson. I got to check when I got Jefferson. Jefferson might be my keeper this year, bro. That's how upset I am with Zeke's situation.
Hey, I don't blame you. I think you got Jefferson probably in the 8th round, somewhere around there.
No, I think it's been even lower than that, bro, to be honest with you. Or higher than that, excuse me. What you were saying, bro? What were you saying, P?
No. That's a topic for another time because personally, I wouldn't keep Zeke. Honestly, it's a
That's what I'm
no-brainer.
saying, bro.
I wouldn't keep Zeke
That's what-
because there's nothing about that, and that's the thing that I want to talk about too.
13th round.
Cam and Zeke are two good players that came off of COVID, and they just haven't been the same, bro.
Yeah.
Haven't been the same. Cam didn't do crap for me this week, bro. Cam was my quarterback, and that boy did nothing. And I was like, man,
Hey,
the dude had negative points for a while.
It doesn't make sense to keep Zeke because it's the value. You pick Jefferson so late. Jefferson is going to be a stud for the rest of the
season. I got Jefferson.
Like in a redraft league, like a fully redraft league, that's not a keeper. Jefferson is going in the top 4 rounds.
Zeke.
I can. That's what I'm saying. I can always try to come back and get Zeke in the first round.
You're shooting your foot. It's very difficult to take someone in the first round, you know, because you kind of shoot yourself in the foot.
Obviously, Barkley.
Sorry, I have to keep Derrick Henry. I don't care what you have to say.
Well, I mean,
you can do that.
You can do that. Yeah.
I will definitely do that.
Yo, so let's get into the second quarter. We got Vegas top games of Week 13. Let's go with Cleveland at Tennessee. Vegas has it at 54, bro. What do you think, Gren?
Personally, man, Cleveland at Tennessee, I think this is going to be an under. I don't think these two while Tennessee offense is a more high-powered offense than Cleveland, Baker Mayfield, I don't think he has the firepower to, give them that many points. Even though, shockingly, if you look at Cleveland record, I can't believe Cleveland record. They're actually pretty good. You know what I mean? What are they, 9-3? So
I think that's what it
Cleveland is actually doing pretty well. Cleveland defense, though, is not a defense to play with. As far as Tennessee goes, I think Tannehill is gonna feature more of the passing game in this one, even though Derrick Henry is just Derrick Henry, and Derrick Henry is gonna smash wherever you go.
Right.
But Cleveland rush defense is ranked number 10, giving up 108 yards and over 10 touchdowns. Derrick Henry has proven to be defense proof, defensive line proof. So he will smash no matter what. So you're not going to sit Derrick Henry no matter what. So, but don't expect Derrick Henry to be like, anything crazy like 150, 170 yards like he just did with multiple touchdowns. That's not going to happen against the Cleveland. It's a really tough defense. On the Tennessee side, though,
who Cleveland played last week, right? I think was it Minnesota that played Cleveland last week or no? Yeah, Minnesota played Cleveland.
Dalvin Cook didn't do that great.
Yeah, he didn't do that great, but yeah,
right. It wasn't Dalvin Cook fashion. So it's the same thing with Derrick Henry. You're going to get double-digit points. Don't get me wrong, but it's not going to be the same as they usually get. Where Tennessee is going to attack them, though, I think it's going to be in the passing game. So I think your favorite player, Davis is going to produce for you. So I would look for that and feature the wide receiver. It's going to be a lot of play action. Jonnu Smith will be good in this one. I know he gave a dud last game, but in this one, I see Jonnu Smith giving you probably 4 or 5 for 60 and a touchdown somewhere around there, giving you double digit. Probably finish in the top 5 as it goes to as it pertains to points, fantasy points. Cleveland, on the other hand, Jarvis Landry is coming around. Higgins, he's coming around. But I think this is going to be the Nick Chubb game. He's going to rush, have majority of the rushes. Tennessee has given up averaging 116 yards per running back, and 12 touchdowns for the running back. So this is a game that the running back can smash in. So I would definitely start Nick Chubb. I don't know what's going on with Kareem Hunt. He hasn't been playing well in the past couple of games.
I don't know.
So
I think it's that they're not giving him enough rushing attempts or something. I mean, he's not doing well for some reason.
One thing I noticed, though, he's out snapping Nick Chubb in the red zone, which is crazy. But yet he's not producing as much as Nick Chubb is. Yeah, so that's crazy. But in this game, though, don't start Baker Mayfield, but go ahead and start Tannehill, and definitely start Nick Chubb, and you definitely start Derrick Henry. The wide receiver, Corey Davis, definitely. Jarvis Landry. And Hooper should do well. Tennessee has given up 55 yards, average of 55 yards to the tight end position and over 7 touchdowns. And on the flip side, as I said, Jonnu Smith is the same thing. Cleveland has given up average of 56 yards and 8 touchdowns to tight ends. So, the pass catchers are your best plays, but there are two significant running backs here that you just have to start. You just can't sit them out of your lineup no matter what. You know what I mean? So that's how we roll with it.
Yo, so PJ, you got Colts and Texans.
Yeah, so Colts and Texans, want to run through it. Vegas has it at 51. I do not think Texans is going to put up points on the Colts whatsoever. It's a big loss for Deshaun Watson. He threw 4 touchdowns last week. The week before, I think he threw like 3. He's been on fire, and that's a large part because he has that connection with Will Fuller, who we had talked about earlier was having an amazing year before he came down with performance enhancing drugs. I think is going to be the one to benefit a lot from it, and Duke Johnson. However, not this week. Not against the Colts. The Colts, they were destroyed by Derrick Henry, but there's only one Derrick Henry in the league, and they're going to feast on the Texans. That defense is going to feast on the Texans this week. So I'll still start obviously Cook and Duke Johnson, but don't expect them to give you necessarily monster games. This is not it's a really tough defense, the Colts. On the Colts side, Nyheim Hines, I would definitely start him. Michael Pittman Jr. I would also give Phillip Rivers and T.Y. Hilton a start because Texans defense is horrible. Nyheim Hines should, I think, blow up in this one from rushing and from also catching. I don't see the Texans being able to slow him down. So definitely start Nyheim Hines in this one. Make sure that Cooks is a must start going forward. If you're in the playoffs or you get into the playoffs, the fact that Will Fuller is gone puts a huge stock in Cook because Deshaun is going to throw that ball. And it also put a huge it raises Duke Johnson's stock as well. Those 7-8 targets that was going to Will Fuller every week has to, be dispersed. So
yeah. Nah,
so let me ask you, devil's advocate here. So Nyheim Hines or Jonathan Taylor?
Jonathan Taylor is on COVID.
Oh,
but he wasn't exposed. Like he should be off. They said if he's starting, if he plays this week.
If he plays this week, then it's Taylor. I was just going
based on what you know, the news,
based
right?
on what I know right now. Yes, I would start Taylor in this one because Colts are going to lead and be up comfortable, so they're going to rush more. If Taylor plays, I would start Taylor over Nyheim Hines. But if Taylor is out, definitely start Nyheim Hines. I wouldn't necessarily start them together in this one. I would look more so if you have both of them on this on the same team. I would look more for at Michael Pittman Jr. in this.
I like Pittman, man. Pittman's starting to have a great season. Last 2 games, he's been on fire. I got Jacksonville and Minnesota. All right, I'm going. That should be an easy Minnesota win. Obviously, the 1-2 Jazz faced the 5-6 Vikings. Panthers had a hard time stopping Dalvin Cook, but they did. They stopped him. But I think Kirk Cousins just cooked up their secondary, man. He passed for 307 yards, 3 touchdowns. Jefferson had 13 targets, 7 receptions, 70 yards, 2 touchdowns with Thielen out. Thielen will be back, so I think it's going to be a great game for both of the receivers. Jaguars have, depending on what game that they play, their pass rushing defense plays well. Last game, they didn't do that well. Right, but Robinson is another killer in that game that can hurt Minnesota Vikings team. He ran for 33 rushing yards. Allowed 33 rushes and 207 yards and 1 rushing touchdown. Robinson is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that's for the year. You know what I mean? So Robinson is a guy, man. Like last game, 22 times he rushed, 128 yards, 5.8 yards per carry. You start that guy. I don't care what type of game the Jacksonville Jaguars is having. You start Robinson. He is that guy for that team. I do like Glennon, what he's been doing since all their quarterbacks been out.
And Minshew's about to be faded because he's back healthy and they're not going to play.
Yeah, he's done. Jags do not, if Jags have an opportunity to get a quarterback in the draft, and that may happen, right? Because once again, we don't know what Jets are actually going to do. Are they going to go get Lawrence? Are they going to trade their number one pick, or are they going to keep their quarterback? We just don't know.
Right.
And that's going to be a question to you guys. As far as Jets quarterback, is he a dud? Do you feel he needs more time? Because I feel like this is one of those situations that Miami Dolphins situation. You brought in Case to build up a quarterback. He didn't do a good job. You end up trading the quarterback, and that same quarterback is on fire.
It's fire right now.
Yeah.
It's on fire.
Fire right now. So that just tells me that Gase is just Peyton Manning just made that dude, and congrats. He needs to give half of his salary to Peyton Manning. Yeah. That's just my take.
To answer your question, I think they should still keep Sam Darnold, draft the quarterback from Clemson.
Lawrence.
But I think like Ren said earlier, these quarterbacks in college play very well, but you don't know how that's going to translate in the NFL. Sam Darnold, I think under the right system, under the right coach, with the right weapons, can be a good quarterback.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't necessarily just dump him for the new hot toy that's not proven.
And just to say something, man, I know this is kind of short-sighted and it's limited, but tell me a quarterback that has started in their first year that is successful. I've yet to see one.
It's not.
Yeah, they win a few games, they shine a little bit, but look at the quarterbacks that has been progressing. It's the ones that sat out almost their entire rookie season. They probably get like 1 or 2 games at the end. Because even Lamar Jackson, MVP of last year, right? Patrick Mahomes, the Super Bowl MVP, the Super Bowl winner and all that stuff. He sat out the first year. I don't understand this whole notion of like, oh, we drafted a quarterback, we need to put them in now and not have them develop and learn this playbook. Because obviously the people that are doing it right are the people that, the quarterback is sitting for a while,
right.
Sitting at least their
entire
first season, and coming out and ready to go because they already know the playbook. They already got some familiarity with the team already. So, granted, Joe Burrow was doing great. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? The quarterbacks that was drafted last year, in this past draft, they're doing great. They're doing great. But none of them, I don't see any of them going far. Like, you know what I mean? So I think... And
Herbert looks really good.
Herbert looks good.
Herbert,
but I don't think he's gonna get to that level.
I think he's gonna if the Jets situation is not quarterback issue. The Jets situation is coaching, but also they don't have anybody, man. Like Crowder is good if he can stay healthy, right? Mims we don't know what he is because he's injured. Right? So, Perriman we see here and there, but we know Perriman from all the other teams that he was on. Tampa, Ravens, etc.
But him on Tampa, when he got the opportunity, the dude was a beast.
Yeah, he was
so
a beast.
The dude can play ball. Like, you know what I mean? The dude can play ball. He was a high draft pick. He's like a Devontae Parker. Both of them were high draft picks. If you have the right system and the right quarterback, these guys can progress and produce. Right. It's just a matter of, like, I would keep Sam Darnold. I would still draft Trevor Lawrence. But I will still play Darnold, for majority of next year. You know what I mean? It's not a hard division. It's a division that could flip flop no matter what. You know what I mean? With the Dolphins, with the Bills, and with the Patriots. The Patriots are struggling right now. So yeah, man. I think what they're doing right now with all these rookie quarterbacks, it's not helping them.
Right.
The Baker Mayfield, the Trubisky's, throwing them in without them really learning the playbooks and really knowing the players and learning the players' tendencies is a disservice to these guys. And then we all jump on them and say, hey, these guys are no good. But these guys haven't gotten the opportunity to develop.
Right.
And we're praising like the Lamar Jacksons and the Pat Mahomes of the world. Guess what? The difference between Trubisky and Pat Mahomes sat for his entire rookie year
Yep,
and learned the system.
Yeah.
And same thing with Lamar Jackson. They learned the system. These guys that you throwing in the Trubisky, the Baker Mayfield, we're throwing them in, and we're not giving them the opportunity to really sit down and really learn that offense and learn the system and learn the players and everything like that. So I think coaching and management and ownership are doing all these quarterbacks coming out of college a disservice.
Yeah.
Because just based on the record, it seems like everybody has tunnel vision. Oh, we drafted this guy high. We need to put him in to see what he can do. No, you drafted this guy high. Let the dude develop, and then see what he can do in the second year.
Agree with you. Starting wise, Cousins, Cook, Jefferson, Thielen, Robinson. No one else. Yo, Z, Red, you got
all right,
Denver,
let me run through
KC,
mine real
man.
quick. It's an easy one, man. Denver versus Kansas City. Kansas City wins. Even though the Vegas stats is 54.5. Yeah, majority
KC is
of
going
that
to score
is probably
50.
going to be 40 going to Kansas City.
Yeah.
Even though Denver will have their quarterbacks back, you can run against Kansas City because Kansas City is ranked 23rd against the rush, giving up an average of 128 yards to running back and 10 touchdowns. So Melvin Gordon may have a good game because Philip Lindsay is injured as well. So Melvin Gordon you can definitely start Melvin Gordon. At the same time, one of the running backs on Kansas City, I don't know whichever one has a hot hand, will have success against Denver because Denver is ranked 27th against the rush, giving up 131 yards and 14 touchdowns. So you can start the running backs in this game. But the sad thing about it is you don't know if it's Clyde or if it's going to be Le'Veon Bell. So on the Kansas City side, but for sure, you want to start the wide receiver for Kansas City. Kansas City offense is just defensive proof. Like you saw what they did to Tampa Bay last week. They really demolished them, even though Tampa Bay is ranked top 5 against the pass. Same thing with Denver. Denver is ranked number 8, giving up only 227 yards to average of 227 yards to wide receiver and 15 touchdowns. I just don't see see Denver stopping that offense. So start your wide receivers, and not every wide receivers on Kansas City is worth starting. So start Tyreek Hill, start Travis Kelce, and I say take a stab at Clyde. On the Denver side, definitely start Melvin Gordon. As far as the wide receivers go, I don't know, but I would definitely start Noah Fant because Kansas City is giving up an average of 55 yards and 5 touchdowns to the tight end position. That's actually you can exploit that, and that's pretty much it, man. There's not much you can start off at Denver. You probably be forced to start like a Patrick or a Jerry Jeudy because because of the points that Kansas City is going to put up, and you're going to have to play to get back into the game. That's where you're going to get some garbage time, yardage. But do you want to risk your entering into the playoff, if you're on the fringe or stuff like that, to take a stab at something like that? No. I would just say, start your best player. And right now, against the Kansas City D, it's tough. It's really tough for the wide receivers.
All right, Pete, you got Rams and Cardinals.
Yeah, so Rams and Cardinals. The Cardinals have lost a lot of steam, and they've really slowed down with that explosive offense that we were seeing in the beginning and mid-year through the season. Kyler Murray had his worst performance last week against New England. Didn't throw a touchdown, only 170 air yards. Kenyon Drake was on fire, 2 touchdowns. The highlight was 2 touchdowns. He only averaged 3.5 yards per carry, and he got the lion's share of 22 carries. So they play against the Rams. That's a top 5 defense all around. DeAndre Hopkins have been really quiet these past besides when he caught the monster touchdown, that Randy Moss touchdown 3 weeks ago. He's been quiet ever since. I think he's going to stay quiet in this one. The New England Patriots have a good defense. The Rams defense is better. So I think that it's going to be a tough game for Hopkins. It's going to be a tough game for the running backs, including as well as Kyler Murray. So I would still start DeAndre Hopkins. I don't expect for Kenyon Drake to have 2 touchdowns. I think he's going to flop this week. I would give the edge to the Rams on this one because the Cardinals defense is not good. I could see Goff normally gives you 1 good game, 1 massive game, and then 2 bad games. He's kind of had those bad games. So I think he's going to go off and give you 3 touchdowns. I think Cooper Kupp is a must start. I think Robert Woods, who has seen double-digit targets, he had 12 targets last week. He's seen double-digit targets almost every week. He's a must start. And then the dual threat in Henderson and Cam Akers. It's hard to decide who's going to start, who's going to outproduce who because it's such a split backfield. But I would also if you have one of them, give them a flex play in this one. So I see this game being 28, 21, 24, and I think Rams win.
All right. You go Rams win?
I'm thinking Rams are going to win this one, yeah.
All right. Well, I got Giants and Seahawks, man. This should be really easy. First, for some reason, I don't even know how to say this, but first place New York Giants in their division versus first place Seahawks. DK Metcalf, man, started this year as Robin, right? Remember, we were like, yo, DK's Robin right now. Who was the other receiver out there?
Tyler Lockett.
Lockett. We were like, yo, Lockett is Batman out there. But, man, DK has proven that he is Batman, right? This year, 58 reception, 1,039 yards, and 9 touchdowns. Last week's catches were, 10 catches for 177 yards. The offense for the Seahawks is ranked number 4 with averaging 273 yards per game. You know, so I think the only issue with Seahawks is their offensive line allowing 35 sacks for the year, and that's where Giants benefit at because I think Giants already has 27 sacks on their defense. But I don't see the secondary stopping DK Metcalf or Lockett. I see Wilson going crazy on them. I see Wilson winning this game against the Giants. I don't see Giants winning this game at all. But you're looking at starts, Wilson, Lockett, DK, Daniel Jones, since Daniel Jones is their running back. So I see Daniel Jones running all over the Seahawks defense, but I also see a loss. Chris Carson is my issue. Well, excuse me, Seahawks running back is my issue because I don't really know who's going to be the top running backs in the Seahawks right now, right? Who's going to be that running back? Who's not going to get injured? Who's going to start? But Chris Carson had a good game last week. So I think he will be the starter, and I think he's going to run on that defense, but I don't think he's going to have a great game. So start him if you want to. I wouldn't. But also I started Zeke last week, so.
I mean, Chris Carson was a product of, he's just coming off of injury and Hyde is healthy. I don't think it's much to read into. I think Chris Carson is still on that backfield, though.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Do you think he's going to go crazy on the Giants' backfield?
Giants,
not backfield,
Giants. The Giants,
their defense is not bad.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And I don't think Chris Carson is going to do such a great job against that defensive line.
I think you're going to see a lot with yourself.
The thing that Seattle does well is that you have to respect their passing game.
Yeah.
So you can't stop the box. So that's where Chris Carson and Carlos Hyde is going to eat. Is because Lockett and Metcalf is out there, and you have to show them attention. You see Darius Slay. Darius Slay is not some, regular cornerback. Darius Slay is actually a really top end, really good cornerback. But it's just they left him on Metcalf 1-on-1, and you can see Metcalf is a way bigger dude, way taller,
pulling him,
and that was poor coaching.
Yeah,
very poor coaching. You see what I'm saying? So how I look at that is, other teams are not going to let Metcalf run. Anytime you double Metcalf, he doesn't do that well.
Yeah.
And the reason why Metcalf did that well, because they had their trust in Darius Slay, and they left Darius Slay 1-on-1 with Metcalf, and that's why Metcalf just chew him up, because Metcalf is a way bigger dude than Darius Slay. But teams coming in, they're going to double Metcalf.
Yeah.
So with them doubling Metcalf, that free up the line a little bit, and it's gonna allow the run game to flourish. That's just my opinion. Just looking at it.
Carson will get definitely some goal line carries too.
Yeah.
And get you in there, but he's not going to rush for like over 100 yards. No.
Yeah.
I got you. Let's get into halftime, man. We got NBA news. It's crazy out there. What you got, Pete?
Yeah.
Man.
So big trade. John Wall goes to the Rockets in exchange for Russell Westbrook. They also send over a pick. To me, it's not a good trade for either party. I'm gonna try to not give my true opinions on Russell Westbrook. But
you dislike the guy, but I mean, I think Wizards win that one, man. John Wall can't stay healthy, bro.
Russell Westbrook is not a winning formula. So it's what are you really trading for? You're kind of like, for Wizards, you're trying to trade to keep face. You understand what I'm saying?
Trying to keep Bradley
and
Beal.
Then John Wall is coming off of a Achilles. You have James Harden there who's disgruntled. He wants out. And then John Wall is more of a true point guard that also needs the ball in his hands. So it doesn't better the Rockets situation.
Well, yeah, not the Rockets. Does it better Wizards? That's what I'm looking at. I think it benefits Wizards more than it does Rockets.
The team needs to build around Bradley, not build around Russell Westbrook. But with Russell Westbrook's mentality, it's him or nothing. So it's just not a winning formula. They'll win some games, but it's not going to be winning basketball.
I want to see the next couple of moves that they make, but I think it's a good move, man. I think it's a better move than having Wall on the team because they haven't had a point guard that can stay healthy. And Russell stays healthy.
Yeah, he's gonna give you stats. He's gonna, like I said, they're gonna win some games. But are they a top 5 team in the East? Nowhere close.
No, but I also think that Bill doesn't need the ball in his hands.
He doesn't.
And that's what works out because when he was in Houston, when Russell was in Houston, they both needed the ball in their hands.
They both need the ball. But like I said, Russell's at a stage in his career where we see it's kind of like he's now being passed around.
But I'm just saying, is that the hater in you or?
No.
No. What he's demanding he's demanding to be passed around, though, right?
Yeah, he is because he wants to be on a team that he fits well in, and unfortunately, Houston was not that team, bro.
But he also wants to be on a team that he's the guy.
He's the guy.
Yeah.
He was not the guy in Houston. That's the thing.
No, 100.
He always wants to be the spotlight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's him in Oklahoma, which is why,
He wants
KD
to do it by
wanted out.
himself.
Yeah.
He wants to
You know
do it
what I
by
mean?
himself. He can't.
If you look at it, he's played with some really good talent. He's played with KD and Harden. Harden twice now. He's played with Paul George. Now you're sending him to play with Bradley Beal. Like,
At one point.
it's not winning. He's not winning. What is he? What do you? You know,
Yeah,
his
gotcha.
stats look good. He's averaging a triple double.
But he's not winning with that other
about him.
player. Yeah.
he doesn't know when to
Be that
surrender.
bad.
He needs to. He can't be that guy all the time. He can't be the focus of the offense all the time. He needs to manage the offense, not necessarily be the offense.
Be the offense. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where Russell Westbrook is, where his problem lies, and that's why a lot of players, that's why he's not winning anything.
Well, we got season starts December 22nd, right?
Season starts December
How do you like the
22nd.
schedule, man?
Yeah, so opening night we have Warriors and Brooklyn, and that's a really good game. So KD, it's actually in Brooklyn. KD plays against his old team.
Brooklyn.
He's nervous though. He said he doesn't know how his legs is gonna react. So
Yeah, it's that coming off of Achilles is a major thing. So I know the world is interested to see how he's going to be.
I don't think
returns.
why they did that is just because of the rivalry thing, right?
Yeah.
So I get it's gonna present a draw, but I mean, man down on Golden State right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not gonna be as exciting as I thought it was gonna be initially. The Clippers and Lakers, definite. It's a definite watch. That's gonna be a really good show. 10 o'clock on the 22nd. That's definitely a good look right there. I think that's going to be a good game. The Wednesday games though, I'm kind of pissed off about. So, but go ahead, man. Tell them about the Wednesday game.
The Bucks and Boston. I know you feel the same way. I felt like the Heat should have been on that slate.
The Heat should have been on that slate. It shouldn't be the Celtics. The Celtics didn't win crap. Okay,
exactly. The Heat actually
so
beat
why
both
are
those
we
teams.
why are we giving the Celtics? No, they didn't win crap, bro. So I personally, and I'm speaking as a Heat fan, we're the one that went to the final. Yeah, we didn't do well in the final, but we were down 2 great players on our team. So I feel like, just like how you have the Lakers and Clippers, you should have had the Bucks and the Heats going at it again, not the goddamn Celtics.
Yeah.
So I think that was a mishap by the NBA.
Yeah, they had that opportunity.
Slap in the face.
They slapped. Yeah,
That was a real slap in the face.
Yeah, man.
And then the Suns and the Mavericks at 10:30.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it's cool to see how State Farm does. Excuse me, Chris Paul does.
Yeah,
in the Suns outfit.
Yeah, and Dallas has a good team too. So it's 2 upcoming teams that I think are going to be playoff bound. So I'm interested to see how it works out. On Christmas Day, we have a 5-game slate opening. Pelicans, the Heat.
Warriors. That was another slap in the face.
Yeah.
It should have been at least, if you didn't give us like the Wednesday game, right, against the Bucks, I felt like it should have been the Heats and the Bucks on Christmas Day
Christmas Day.
What did the Pelicans do, man? Like, that's the thing. Like, I understand.
You know what it's like? It's like, yo, we have to put the Heat in there somewhere. So
yeah, and there's like, all right, so what other star do we have that we can possibly draw some people on?
Zion.
Zion's there. Let's play the Heat against Zion.
He's the future.
And that's exactly what it was.
He's the future.
And the thing is, they thought Golden State, Thompson's gonna be there, and and it was a slap in the face that, oh crap, we have them playing twice in 3 days, and they're probably gonna suck. So
that's exactly what happened.
No, big ups to Steph Curry, man, and big ups to Golden State. I don't have anything against you. This is all against the NBA and the NBA lack of respect for the Heat, that the actual team that made it to the freaking finals. A big up to the Golden State. You guys got 2 games in 3 days, 2 major days. The opening day and the Christmas Day, which is crazy.
Yeah.
How is it possible that the Heat is not playing on opening day? That doesn't make any sense to me. But the Lakers is. So it's not.
And
about,
Brooklyn is.
And Brooklyn is. Like, so yeah, I know we don't have any names on the Heat, but we play as a team and we play well. And this reminds me of the Detroit Pistons back in the day, how they used to get disrespected and they keep winning all the time.
Right now.
Yeah.
So NBA, I understand you want to get your stars out there, but I wish the games all suck. It's a blowout.
My Brooklyn man over here is like
Brooklyn.
Yeah, this is just me selfishly saying.
Didn't we have a bet on?
I wish Brooklyn wins.
What we had a bet?
We had a bet that the Heat would finish higher than Brooklyn, didn't we?
Nah, we didn't have that.
Yes,
bet.
we did.
Oh, bro, we didn't have that bet, bro.
Me, you, and Dennis.
Don't do that.
That just dawned on me.
Don't do that. We didn't have no bet like that, bro.
We'll
we
talk
had
about that
no
off
bet
here,
like that, bro. Don't do that. Don't
We'll
do
talk
that.
about that off here.
You had a bet with Dennis, not me.
No.
Not me.
So are you guys gonna pay me my money for my Darvin, my C-Mac thing?
Oh, we'll talk about it off here too.
Well, we did talk about it on here, and it wasn't necessarily.
listen.
It wasn't about the money for me. It
What-
was more along the lines of you guys.
let's
just,
get to the
like,
third quarter.
Okay, but
recognizing
how
what
can
I
you-
said.
How can we validate a bet if the guy has been injured all year?
No,
You listen back to the show, though. If you listen back to the show,
I agree with you, Ren.
I said
I told you, I agree with you, Ren.
injury
Ren said
and
it.
everything
Yep. And we agreed to it.
considered. I promise you, C-Mac will not finish top 5.
We agreed to
regardless
it.
of
But
any
C-Mac
injury
still
or
has
anything.
4 games.
Yeah, but you can't base it off injury because the guy comes back.
No.
one
I
game.
wasn't basing it off injury. I'm
Yes,
saying,
but-
considering injuries, everything. We're considering everything. Everything is on the
Okay,
table.
and
I
my
understand injury kept him out, but
And-
I really didn't think he was going to do that well.
But my argument to that is that he comes back one game and destroys and have 40 plus fans.
We can't base it on one game, man. You know that. We
Yeah.
base it on
We're
the
not
whole
basing
season.
on one game, but The guy is a producer.
We
the fact
agreed
of the
to
matter,
it, though,
if he's
bro.
not hurt, he's going to produce.
We agreed to it. We agreed to it, no matter
We
if he's
guys
injured or
agreed to
not.
it, man.
We
So-
agreed to that.
I gotta
I'm
re-listen
not
to that show.
Please, we
Yo.
have them all. Listen to it on Spotify. Listen to it on whatever platform you want to listen
We
to
got
it
on
on.
everywhere. Everywhere.
I'm legit gonna re-listen to that show.
Yeah,
Please,
we got it on
please.
iHeartRadio.
And it was we had guests on another one too where
We talked
he
about it.
even
I think
said,
Craig was
how
there.
can I say that? How can I say C-Mac won't finish top 5? And I was like, he's not going to finish top 5, bro.
Yo, so we got third quarter, man. Let's go week 13. Sit 'em or start 'em. Ren, you got Las Vegas and nobody.
No, man. It's Las Vegas and the Jets. What are you talking about? Frank Gore. Frank Gore. You starting Frank Gore for sure.
Only person.
On the Jets. No doubt about it. Frank Gore gave you double digit last week against Miami.
That pissed me off.
It's the same thing going up against Las Vegas. It's kind of the same run defense. So, as a matter of fact, Miami is actually ranked higher in the rush defense than Las Vegas. So you definitely want to start Frank Gore on the Jets. Crowder, you can definitely start as well. Doesn't matter which quarterback. If it's Sam Darnold, definitely start him. Start Crowder. Crowder and Sam Darnold has that chemistry. Miami was a tough matchup last week. We all knew that. On the Las Vegas side, man, I don't know what happened to Derek Carr last week. It was a dud. I played him in DFS. I played him everywhere. I played a lot. I played Aguilar everywhere. But I think this was going to be a bounce back week for all the wide receivers. So definitely start Aguilar. Definitely start Derek Carr. Josh Jacobs seems like he's struggling with an ankle injury, but they say he most likely going to play. So Josh Jacobs, if you have him, Booker if you don't. But those are the players I would start. Definitely sit every. Oh, and Derek and Waller. How can I forget Waller?
Yeah,
Definitely start Waller. My God, Waller is the number one starter in all of this. To be honest with you. So yeah, definitely start Waller. So that's my take.
P, you got a Cincinnati and your second favorite team, Miami Dolphins, bro.
I'm not a Dolphins fan whatsoever.
Oh, okay.
But it's funny how I actually laughed when I saw this. So really quickly, Cincinnati, do not start anybody.
Nobody.
Yeah, nobody. On Miami, we're seeing what we saw last year. So with Preston out and Fitz and Devontae Parker, Devontae was on fire, 14 targets, 119 yards, 8 receptions. He's going to replicate that again this week. The only thing is that I know Tua practice, I think today.
Still has a thumb injury, though.
He still has a thumb injury, so I don't know what the designation is going to be and who's going to necessarily start, what's going to happen. I think the Dolphins are going to lean towards Fitz again. Fitzmagic had 2 touchdowns last week, 24-39, 257 yards. I think they're going to smash Cincinnati into the ground. So Gesicki, I would give him a start. Devontae Parker. The running back situation out there is iffy. DeAndre Washington led in carries last week. I don't know what's going to be. It looks like a case by case or a week by week thing with the running back situation. But definitely dial up Devontae Parker. I forecast him to be possibly a top 3 receiver this week.
For this week.
Yeah.
Yo, so I got Detroit and Chicago. Man, this Detroit-Chicago game, bro. I don't even want to watch that game. My start is going to be Allen Robinson, obviously, man. Montgomery, Allen went crazy. Unfortunately, you really don't know, his fantasy points was because of the fact that they were losing behind Green Bay, right? Green Bay was murdering them at the end of the game, so they were just trying to come back, right? But I like Allen Robinson starting, Montgomery starting, Trubisky. I think he's going to have a better game this game, especially after the coach went after them, saying that they played like trash. I'm hoping Marvin Jones come back, but the main starter you want to start this week is Peterson, man. I like how Peterson been playing. For some reason, Swift is out. I think he's still injured. Am I correct on that?
It's a concussion, so he should be back this week.
He could be back this week. If he is, then you substitute that with Swift.
Yeah, because he was close to playing on Thursday. If the game was on a Sunday, he would have definitely played. So Swift is going to be back. So Adrian Peterson is going to be a dud.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even.
So let's
consider
go
it.
Swift. If Swift doesn't play, then Peterson. I do also like Stafford in that game. Ren, you got New Orleans and ATL.
Hey man, this game is actually a funny one.
They got their throwback jerseys on.
This is
week,
why
too.
I say this. So start 'em or sit 'em. All right, let's start with Atlanta. Atlanta, you know, New Orleans defense is actually a tough defense. They're ranked pretty high all around. They rank high against the rush, high against the pass. But Atlanta can put up points against them in the pass. If both Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley plays, you can definitely start those two. I wouldn't start anybody else. As far as the pass catchers go, I wouldn't even start Hurst, to be honest with you. As far as the running back goes, I would sit any running back from Atlanta, Hill or Gurley. If Gurley plays,
Smith.
he will get those goal line carries if they do make it down there. So you can probably get some touchdown upside from Gurley against New Orleans. On the New Orleans side, listen, it's tough to say this. It is very, 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 very tough to utter these words. But Alvin Kamara, I don't trust. Just because
Why?
of
The last 2 weeks, he hasn't played well.
He doesn't
Taysom.
feature Alvin Kamara like how
Drew Brees
he's supposed
does.
to be featured. He's not a dump down guy. Instead of dumping it down, he'll take the ball and run it. So Alvin Kamara is not getting those short passes. So you run into that struggle of Alvin Kamara not producing unless it's like a rush between the tackles. And Alvin Kamara is not that kind of a running back. So I think Latavius Murray will have another successful week between the tackles against Atlanta. As far as the wide receivers go, hey man, everybody pass against Atlanta. So Michael Thomas for sure, Sanders for sure. I would play those two wide receivers. I would definitely start those, put them in your lineup. Sanders will be a good flex. Wide receiver 2 for Michael Thomas. But I know you have the name, you have the pass production with Alvin Kamara. But if you have a better option, a better matchup, I say start that better matchup. Sit Alvin Kamara. Hate to say it.
PJ, you got New England, and the Chargers. I don't know why I was going to say LA Clippers for a second there, but LA Clippers.
So the LAC. So this is an interesting matchup. Cam Newton has not played well.
Nope.
At all.
Hope he does not play well next week.
We've been hoping every week.
Yeah.
Are you playing him next week?
Well, you play next week. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I ain't playing him. I'm playing Big Ben. The only reason why I didn't play Big Ben this week is because of that pandemic crap. Like, are you crazy? I ain't playing Cam Newton. Like,
Dude was 9 of 18 last week, 84 yards and 2 interceptions.
Terrible.
They're very terrible.
First pass of the game was an interception.
Yep.
Was an
First
interception.
pass.
So I would fade Cam Newton at this point. Every week we can't look towards next week for him. I'm done with that. So I would not start Cam Newton right now under any circumstance. They don't really have the New England Patriots. Yeah, they're winning games. They're 5-6, and they're fighting in there. But they don't really. It's not a fantasy relevant team. James White had 2 touchdowns last week, but he was only 2 rushing touchdowns, but he was only 5 of 18. So he had 5 carries for 18 yards. Damian Harris had the bulk of the carries. That I think he's really the fantasy relevant guy. So I would look to start him. If you have James White, I would possibly look for him to flex. But Damian Harris and James White is only 2 players I would possibly feature until Cam figure out this situation. What's going on with him. From the Chargers side, man, Herbert is throwing the ball like there is no tomorrow. 52 passing attempts. He's throwing it week after week. Austin Eckler came in and smashed volume-wise. Saw 16 targets in the receiving game. 16 targets in the receiving game. 85 yards. 11 of those he caught. And 14 carries. So I would definitely dial up Austin Eckler. Dial up Keenan Allen, who is another go-to guy for Justin Herbert, and start Justin Herbert. So those 3 guys are going to give you fantasy. Who's going to win this one? It's hard to pick. I honestly think it's a toss-up. New England is just I can't figure.
Got you. Let's go with we got Philly and Green Bay, man. This is pretty straightforward. Philly has not been playing well at all. I'm starting Miles Sanders. I believe Jalen Hurts is going to be starting for the Eagles this week.
No, the coach already came out and said Carson Wentz is starting.
He's starting? Okay, so go ahead and start Carson Wentz. Obviously, man, you start both of the Aarons, right? All the Green Bay receivers, whoever, right? I think Green Bay is just going to eat the Eagles in passing this week. So that's who I'll start for those guys. Washington and Pittsburgh.
Yeah, all right. So Washington and Pittsburgh. For me, man, all right, obviously everybody knows Pittsburgh is a really, really good defense against the pass, against the rush. Gibson will still get his, but they're going to be playing from behind, so I think it's a McKissick game. So I think he's going to get a lot more. He hasn't been playing good for the past 2 weeks, so I think McKissick is going to get a lot of dumbed down and a lot of passes in this game. So I would definitely take a chance in my flex spot on McKissick. I'll still start Gibson because in the early part of the game, they're going to try to control the clock. So definitely go ahead and start Gibson. The wide receiver, you can't sit Scary Terry for no reason at all, no matter who they're going up against, because he is the number one producer for them. On the flip side, though, on the Pittsburgh side, hey, a lot of people are sleeping on the Washington defense. Washington is actually pretty good against the pass. I think they rank number two, number three overall against the pass. But the thing about Pittsburgh is there's just so many weapons on offense, so many wide receivers that can, eat you alive. And it's just tough to cover them all. So hate to tell you, start any one of the wide receiver, but don't be mad if you're disappointed if your wide receiver from the Pittsburgh offense does not produce. Because the Washington defense, the corners of the Washington defense is actually pretty good, but it's just a matter of starting the right one. So Claypool, Deontay Johnson, Juju Smith-Schuster. Crap, Washington was on tonight, and Ben is actually developing a trust again with Washington because he was just throwing balls to Washington, because. Deontay Johnson was just dropping balls left and right. Same thing with Claypool, same thing with Ebron. Definitely start Ebron. It seems like there's a good chemistry there between Big Ben and Ebron, too, producing double digit every week.
All right. P, you got Buffalo and San Francisco's.
Why is that funny?
San Francisco defense is horrible, bro.
Actually, man,
the Bills are going to eat that secondary up, man.
Surprising enough, San Francisco beating Rams last week was a big shock to me, and they look kind of good doing it. And the Rams is a good defense. Buffalo's defense, or Buffalo has been known to have a good defense in years past, but that's kind of a thing of the past now. They're allowing 25.6 points per game. They're ranked 25th in rushing and 18th in passing. So Mostert and Jeff Wilson, who both played well. Mostert got a touchdown. I think both of them are going to smash in this one. I would start them both. Deebo Samuel and Nick Mullins seem to have a connection, which I was shocked about. I thought it would have been a very tough matchup for Deebo Samuel against the Rams secondary. But he really ate with 13 targets, 133 yards, and 11 receptions. So I think he's going to replicate a lot of that this week. And I think it's going to be a tough game for the Buffalo Bills. I do give Buffalo the edge. Josh Allen has been a beast. Diggs has played well. The running game with Singletary and Zach Moss is a split backfield, but I think the two main guys of Josh Allen and Diggs. And I would look at possibly even starting Cole Beasley maybe in this one, but I would give the slight edge to Buffalo.
All right. Now let's get into the fourth quarter. Your favorite spot, bro. DFS 5 for 30. And you won last week, right? Was it P? No, PJ won.
PJ won last week, man. PJ won last week.
Last week I had 97.8 total.
Ren, you had the worst. You had like 10.
Bro.
I don't even know how that was possible.
Let me go ahead and give my boy Cam Newton a round of applause for it. It was just like that dude is just I don't know, man.
Terrible.
It's terrible. Terrible is an understatement, bro. He let me down. Pittman let me down. So funny enough, even Dalvin Cook let me down. Paying $9,000, he did not return on investment. So that was pretty bad.
All right, let's set it up. 5 for 30. Who got that number one pick? That's me, right?
No,
Yeah,
I think it's me. I think it's me this week, isn't it?
Bro, I don't even know. Whoever want to take the number one pick, I don't care.
PJ had the number one pick for the last 3 weeks.
Last week, yeah.
Did I really?
Okay. Yeah,
whatever.
you had a lot.
Go ahead.
Technically, it should be me, but I don't care. Go ahead, FC.
No, go ahead, Ren. Go ahead.
Yeah, go, Ren.
No, I'm cool. Yeah, I can go ahead.
All right, so my number one pick is going to go Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs with your number one pick.
And how much was he?
7,400.
Oh, wow, I'm writing this in the wrong spot. Give me 1 second. All right.
Go ahead, Ren.
This boy had.
You said
this boy-
7,400?
Yeah, 7,400. This boy had what, bro?
I know you already got it down.
Damn, bro. Like, you guys are tripping, man. I just
nah,
looked it up,
I'm-
man.
I'm not saying anything, man. You have your Josh Jacobs. That is fine. And for me this week, I'm gonna go with man.
I hope you don't think who I think you're going to pick because I'm about to pick him.
No, I'm not gonna pick who you think. Think I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna go with Robinson.
James Robinson?
Yeah, James Robinson.
So what is we're all starting off
7,300.
we're all starting off with running backs or something?
Nah, it's just
Not off running backs, bro. What's wrong with running
How
backs?
much is he?
7,300.
What's the likelihood that Tua plays?
Don't know. I wouldn't go for him, though.
So you think Fitz is going to start?
I think so. That's who I was going to pick.
That's who I'm about to pick right now.
I hope Tua don't start then. I hope Tua don't start. That'd be bad if Tua starts.
So that's who you're picking?
Hold on, can I? If
Hey, dude, I'm just asking a question.
It was just a question, bro.
You said that's who you were gonna pick. So
Yeah.
I'm just
He was just
trying to make sure that
I hope
you know
Tua.
you're on
I
that
just
page.
I hope Tua just don't start.
man,
bro,
this is
'cause that'd
tough
be-
because I'm
that'd be
choosing
a
between
big
him and
zero.
somebody else.
That'd be a big zero, bro.
Let me get Fitz, man.
Woo.
Fitzpatrick.
At
Magic.
6,000.
6,000. That's a good pick.
All right. And see, it's on you, man.
Jesus, it's on me, huh?
Oh, you're acting like you didn't do this before?
I know.
I haven't done it before, bro. Damn, man, I don't want to spend that much money on him, but I'm gonna have to. Drop that 9,200 on Derrick Henry for me.
Yeah, you went heavy. I saw that coming.
I saw that coming.
Yeah,
So hold on.
That's
So
your
you
flex,
got
right?
Josh
Derrick
Jacobs
Henry's your
and
flex?
yeah.
yeah, that's my flex.
9,200.
9,200. Jesus.
You trying to win this week, huh?
Have you won yet? See?
Nah, man, I haven't won yet, bro.
You haven't won it, yeah?
Nah, man, it's painful, B.
No, it's not. It's expected. Right, PJ?
Yeah.
It's expected. It's kind of expected, bro.
Kind of fucked up, bro.
I'm
I'm
just
kind
saying,
of messed
it's
up, bro.
kind of expected.
Whose pick is it? Mine or?
It's my pick. I'm gonna go Russell Wilson for 7,700.
Man, that 9,200 was tough, bro.
For how much, Ren?
7,700 for Russell Will.
I'm running it back again with Miami, Devontae Parker.
Going back Parker again.
Yes, he is 6,400.
Not bad.
UC.
Let's go with Brandon Cooks. 5,600.
56.
Yeah.
It's a good pick. That is a great.
You haven't picked a quarterback yet, right?
Nah.
That is actually a really good pick there, buddy. For me, man, I'm gonna go. Wide receivers are expensive. I'm gonna go Allen Robinson for 6,700.
Broke, B. Boy, broke.
I know. I ain't got no money now. Yo,
broke, man.
I ain't got no money now. Now that I'm thinking about it, I gotta be careful with that. Like, I ain't got no money.
I got $7,800 left, man.
$7,800 left. PJ, what are you at, man? Where are you at? Let's see what you go with.
Then I can pick it back up with that. Jesus.
Give me Austin Eckler for 7,100.
I might have to get a quarterback off the bench.
That's what happens when you get a guy like Derrick Henry for
Jesus.
9,100.
Yeah. What hitting on here? The Denver Broncos quarterback get on here?
Oh, man. Yeah, he may be on here.
Yeah. All right. I need a QB, and I don't know what's happening here. Hold on. Give me a second here. That tight end is gonna hurt me. Yeah, that tight end's gonna hurt me. Jesus Christ. All right. I'm just have to go with a QB that'll save my life. 4,800. What I got for 4,800 for a QB here? Let's see. Colt McCoy. Yo,
That is hilarious, bro.
that's bad, man.
That is really bad, bro. That right there.
Who are you getting?
No.
You're
I'm not
saying
getting
Colt
it, man.
McCoy.
I just said, yo,
I was like, that is really bad.
that's tough right now. Yeah, I'm just not gonna get any points right here, so I'm just gonna hope everybody else does well. I'm gonna go with Matt Ryan for 5,600.
Matty Ice.
How much is he?
5,600. Which is funny because that's not who else, you know. Who
You
else?
don't even have enough to get a tight end, but that's funny.
Yeah.
So you're not going to have a tight end?
I'm rolling with no tight end, bro.
Oh man. Yeah. Hey, you never know. Dalvin, Cooks, Josh Jacobs, and Derrick Henry may put up enough points where the tight end doesn't even matter because tight end usually put up single digits anyway. So.
Yeah.
For me, I'm gonna go with Tanyan for 3,700.
As your tight end?
Yeah. Tanyan for 3,700.
Yeah, I
so
really
now I
got
got
no
4,600 to get a flex. Not a lot of flex. 4,600.
I'm going to go with Evan Ingram. Actually, no.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. No tight end for
Give
me.
me Evan Ingram.
How much is he?
49.
All right, there you go. You can still have money left. And see, you're forfeiting that position?
Yeah,
tight
I'm
end.
forfeiting.
So I don't think there's any tight end.
No
that
tight end
is,
for
2,200.
Nope. All of them are 2,500, so I'm forfeiting that.
Yep. That's a bad move by you. But you never know. You never know.
move.
For me, man, I'm going to go with Frank Gore in one flex.
Was in love with Frank Gore, bro.
Yeah, I love my Frank Gore, man, the elder.
How much is he?
Frank Gore is 4,400.
And in my flex, I'm gonna go with.
Got a lot of money. You got $5,600, bro.
Yeah, I'm thinking about.
Can I substitute that 9,200?
That money looks dangerous, bro.
Can I substitute that 9,200?
Give me I'm gonna go with David Montgomery for 5,500.
Can I substitute that 9,200? Everybody quiet.
I'll let you do it. It's up to Ren. I'm fine with it.
Substitute that 9,200, Ren.
Last week when I wanted to change a player, man,
I said,
bro.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we did tell him.
I said,
no,
yeah.
so
You did tell me no, man. So you know what? Let's keep it
said-
consistent. You made a pick. You got to stick with it. So it's nothing against you, my dude. It's just like, hey,
I said,
last
yeah.
week. Last week you said no. We cannot. Once we make the pick and the other person pick, we can't change.
Yep.
So
No doubt.
unfortunately, that 9,200, you should have thought about it before. You prepared for this bad boy, man.
Who prepared for it? I
You
just
had
did it
your
right
picks
here.
ready to go.
No, man, I did everything right here, bro. Get out of here with that, yo.
Yeah. All right. Hey, man. More power to you, man. Maybe you finish ahead of me. Maybe you finish ahead of PJ. Maybe this is your week to win.
You never know.
PJ, what's your flex? Who was your flex?
David Montgomery.
All right. Knock it out, P. Let them know the rules.
All right, so 5 for 30. You're picking 5 players: quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end. Under 30,000 using the platform of DraftKings. The only rule is that you can't pick the same players that we pick. We're going to be posting this tomorrow. Once it's posted, you put you comment under the post and submit your entry. We're tallying them up, and we'll announce the winner on next week's show. The winner gets a free T-shirt if you beat all 3 of us.
Yes, sir. We got waiver wire pickups, man. Start off with QBs. Tyson Hill, Phillip Rivers, Derek Carr. Top 3 QBs for me. You guys have a running back. We got Frank Gore, Jacob Dobbins, Damian Harris. Wide receiver, Emmanuel Sanders, Michael Pittman, Nelson Aguilar we were talking about before. Even Deebo Samuel with his comeback, 24 points he had, 23, something like that last week.
Yeah.
I think that's a great pickup this week. But that's our waiver wire pickups. Obviously, going.
Wait, there's one major waiver wire pickup that I think you guys are overlooking, and I think
Who's
it's going to be impactful from this point on. Is Kiki QT. He's going to be a wide receiver 2 on that team, and it's a high-powered team, meaning Watson passed the ball a lot. So there's only 2 wide receivers because they cut
3.
Kenny Stills,
Yeah.
and now, hey, somebody decided to take some drugs to stay healthy. So and there's no Will Fuller. So right
they
now,
have whatchamacallit.
looking at that squad,
What's
it's
the other
really Brandon Cooks and it's going to be Kiki QT on the other side. So I think Kiki QT is a good pickup this week.
What's the other guy? What's the other
If you're
receiver?
struggling at wide receiver, if you're looking for a flex, I would chance it with Kiki QT. The only thing is they have some tough matchup coming up.
They play the Colts.
Yeah.
Right, they play the Colts twice.
Yeah.
They play the Colts twice in the future games. But the thing is, Watson can sling that ball, and it's going to be a high-powered offense. And Kiki QT is fast, man. I don't know if you guys remember, but he's a really fast, down-the-field kind of a guy, and, which is what Will Fuller was. Because I remember about a year or 2 ago when Will Fuller was out, Kiki QT, that's how he made his name. He came on the scene after Will Fuller went out. So this is that long ball that he's going to play that, that role that Fuller was playing. So expect Kiki QT to have some impact, some fantasy impact moving forward. So you can pick him up, stash him for this week against the Colts, see how he does, and then play him next week.
Kiki's $3,500.
Yo, and don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if he's ahead of Brandon Cooks because he plays the exact same role that Will Fuller plays. And now that there's no Will Fuller, Kiki QT could produce.
Yo, so we got locker code bold predictions right now, bro. What's your bold prediction for this week?
Bold prediction: Devontae Parker, 2 touchdowns, finishes as a top 3 wide receiver this week.
Sounds like a Miami Dolphins win.
Yeah, you guys will win.
Okay.
I like
All right. For me, man, my bold prediction for this week, since I was giving Kiki QT props, over 70 yards with a touchdown.
That's bold.
Yeah, that's big bold. I was actually gonna go Texans route too. I say because Fuller's on that PED list. I think Cooks goes out there and gets 3 touchdowns this week.
Y'all have no
120
respect for
yards.
Colts defense. Whoa, Jesus.
Yeah, I'm not. That
3
is
touchdowns.
that is.
Listen, guys.
bold
There's
to
only
where it's
one
not
Derrick
realistic.
Henry in the league, okay?
3 touchdowns.
That one is bold to where
Yeah.
it's like unbelievable.
3
Like
touchdowns.
one
Just because-
touchdown and 70 yards. That's not.
Just because
I don't
Derrick
know.
Henry made them look like they're not trying, they still a top.
3
They're
touchdowns.
still a top defense.
Yeah.
They're really and truly still a top defense.
Listen, 3 touchdowns. Brandon,
That's bold.
How many
need
COVID
80
positive tests are you going to see in the league
by Friday.
by Friday?
15.
Bro,
It's going to be a lot.
It's gonna be a lot.
bro,
I see another
my
2
fingers
games.
are so crossed right now that none of my players get affected.
Yeah.
Like
The thing about it is, you just look at the regular population trend, like the amount of people that's getting it. It affects everybody. So it's just,
everyone.
the more it goes up, you see on the news, and the numbers go up, the more it's going to go up in the NFL.
Yep.
Speaking of the NBA, 48 players, I think, tested positive. 2 on the Warriors.
Yep.
So the NBA is going to run into the same issues or even worse because they have less players.
It's crazy, and also they're all international players too. Everybody traveling and everything like that.
Everybody
So,
traveling,
that's what
everybody
it is.
moving around. Fans are going to be in the arena. So
Yeah,
Hey man, I'm hoping and praying none of my players get affected.
Shout outs, bro. What's your shout outs this week?
Hey, shout out to Lil man for happy birthday, man. I didn't get a chance to tell him
Oh,
happy birthday.
Yes,
See?
sir. Yes, sir.
So yeah, tell Life I said happy birthday for sure.
yes, sir.
definitely.
Got a little thing for the little man. No
Oh,
worries.
appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
Shout out to shout out to the Locker Co fam, man.
Yeah,
Shout
man.
out to the Locker Co fam. Love you guys. Yo, I heard what you guys said about me last week, and I really
See,
appreciate
that's
that.
why I
just
didn't want to
give you
say
guys-
that joint, yo. You know what I mean?
It only going to happen once a year.
Yeah,
so
bro.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's welcome and it's appreciated. So I want to say thank you to you guys. So shout out to you guys for those kind words. You know what I mean? So that's it for this week, man.
I got some
that's
new
all of my
words.
shout.
I got some new words for you since I lost last week by you. I didn't even
Hey,
hear that.
bro,
I
hey.
can let you know
Listen.
about those.
You
Shout
knew you
out-
were going up against me. You should have known
Shout
you were
out
going to get an
to
L,
me
bro.
some
Thanks
way
for
getting
everything,
into this playoffs come
Jesus.
this
Bro.
week. That's
This week is going to be the most stressful week. I feel like this week is the week that we should all meet up somewhere and watch these games. Bro.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
good
Nah,
with that.
because I'm gonna be real pissed. I'm not gonna do that. Not gonna do that. I ain't gonna walk out.
I'm down to do that. I'm down to do that.
I don't like it.
Because at this point, I don't have anything to lose. So
Yeah, it's what it is what it is. It's what it is what it is. If you make it, you're the happiest man that day. If you
Yeah.
don't walk out on your bill wherever we go.
yeah,
All right, man. Shout out to the fam. Shout out to the fam for Thanksgiving, everything. We love you guys. Shout out to all fans, family, and everybody, man. That's it for Locker Code, man. Thank you for listening to us. See Ren and PJ. Be sure to check us out next week. That's it, B. Yeah.
Yo, shout out to Nate Robinson for making my Saturday night, bro.
yeah.
real
And
rap.
shout out to Nate.
Shout out to them.
The fight with Roy Jones and Tyson was really good too. It did live up to the hype.
No, Nate, I appreciate it. Real rap. That's nothing else I can say. I appreciate you. I appreciate what you've done for the NBA. Appreciate for what you've done from all fans all around the world. That was an awesome fight.
Yeah.
I had to take shots for you, bro.
Bro, that was fun. That Nate Robinson thing was fun. It
Oh,
was
Nate. Man, there was so
But yeah.
many memes, bro.
That was a good fight though.
That's it. That's us. Yeet.
All right, man.
All right, deuce.